Also, am I okay buying those bits I posted before, minus the grappling hook, because I don't actually need it now?
Yep.
Chalk backpack, water skin, and 10-foot pole, and a hammer. Sweet. I have stuff.
I have I have I have two things I need to purchase right now. Sideline.
Mm.
Firstly, could I purchase a container for water, like a water skin equivalent? A
Yes.
canteen, something like that. Whatever can be mashed together. That's 5 coppers.
Blinks hands you a sheep's bladder.
That's about right for the time period. So
Tasty.
Hmm. It's treated, so it's not disgusting.
Oh.
I wonder how you treat something in this kind of day and age.
Just washed.
What is the equivalent of fantastical bleach?
Purity crystals?
Magic.
But yes, I think overall we should try and keep the amount of people who know that we want to escape on a low amount.
I mean, I went out of my way to avoid mentioning the exact details of how we planned it.
Oh no, I have no doubt that most people here have some form of plan. It's just we shouldn't explicitly state that we are seeking to, which nobody has so far. I suppose the question is what next.
Is JMac really quiet for everyone else?
Oh, sorry.
He is.
And that is intentionally, but yes, I can be louder.
Yeah, he usually is when he's talking as Sam, and it.
He's a meek man.
Let me move my mic closer to my face and enjoy my ASMR. But yes, the question is, what do we do next? Do we attempt to head deeper, see if we can find a section closer to the outside, or do we turn our gaze upwards?
Well, I don't think going upwards will help us out right now. There's many doors and shit to get through. Going deeper is probably the better bet. We did find that hole in the area we were clearing up before that we needed to climb down.
Additionally, we know that people down there have proper weapons, and looks at Creasepick. As much as I'm sure that suits you,
I mean, it's not exactly my first choice, but it does the job. Especially now it's not falling apart.
That, and apparently they have people down there competent enough to make magical items, which is worrying. Oh god.
And that crystal mind is quite concerning. Whatever the fuck they were on about with that.
Do we wish to do that then? Go deeper?
Yeah, I'll find a place to go deep anyway.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Log find hole in pool.
Oh, another.
Yeah. It where rock guy go. After we beat up everything.
I suppose we have two options then, though I'm not exactly a fan of having to swim down in a cave.
Are you a fan of having to climb down a cave?
Marginally more than going in what's potentially cold cave water, yes.
You have three basically. There's those two holes, and then there's just navigating the labyrinth of hand-carved tunnels down deeper. But that one may take some time.
We have a climber's kit, we have rope. We can attempt the non-liquidy hole first if we want to.
No.
First.
Go down easy.
Log, I have a feeling you're more aquatically proficient than all of us are.
Yeah. Log alligator on grandfather's side.
I can see that.
Sure it's fine for you too. Just hold breath. Easy.
Log. Well, at least we also know now we need to keep an eye out for those dogs.
There were reports of there being more of them, as Kai got in his rumor check.
Log, you're good at grabbing things, yes?
Real good.
Yeah, I think our plan should be if we run into any more, Log, you try your best to grab it before it can run into the walls again. Allowing them to maneuver around us is just, it leaves too much up to chance.
Good plan.
Yeah. Sam doesn't necessarily want to be jumped by a wolf again.
I don't! And I have one more AC, so I'm happy on that front at least. I'll potentially be hit less.
Good for you.
Do we want to head down then? Also, Tender, do you know how much it costs you to get a shield?
Like for a buckler, it's like a gold.
Do you want to grab one, or
I
we could
cannot
probably-
afford a gold.
you got crystals?
I do like it's basically we're just going to take part of a table, add straps to it, strap it to your arm.
And maybe get you. You'd also get
I
you
mean,
like,
it would
proper wooden
work.
shield. Wooden shield would be +2 AC.
Yeah. Trouble is, I'd have to spend an action to raise the shield to actually get the AC bonus.
Oh,
have to
right,
do that
yeah,
with
that's a
Buckler, too.
mechanic.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's why I'm not desperate to get one.
Fair enough, then. I forget that's a thing.
Plus,
The thing is, it can be valuable, especially when you have spare actions.
yeah, trouble is, I don't often have spare actions.
You swing a lot and you have that -5, so sometimes it might not be worth getting the -5, especially versus a high AC opponent.
No, maybe not, but at least initially, like first, second round, a lot of my actions are spoken for of like, okay, I rage, then I move up, then I hit, then I move to someone else, then I hit.
So it's up to you. Blinks can certainly fashion a shield in less than an hour.
Yeah, I won't for now, but it's on the possible future shopping list. Possibly, maybe.
Fair enough.
I'll just make you one at some point. It'll be fine.
Yeah, or if we find the stuff to make one, either me or him can. Stodiel, that's his name.
Meanwhile, I put a special request in for the kobold.
Yep. Oh, strange one.
But you can do it.
Blinks can. Blink's always able.
I leave a handful of crystals on the table.
This will do. That's true, because if you start going deeper into the mine, it's going to get harder to get back up to where you were.
Do we want to grab a bunch of water skins and potentially some rations?
I mean, this is why Kree brought a water skin for himself.
This is why I bought a water skin for myself.
Expensive.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely
5
use water skins.
Sideline, all that way back when I performed, Blinks threw me a crystal. I never got to identify that. Could I try and do that now?
Yeah.
Is it just an Arcana?
Yep.
As an idea for future crafting projects, if we're going deeper, those small cold crystals, are they something we could use partly towards some form of like the refilling water skin? I forget its proper name in the old system.
I think it was like the Everfull water skin or something.
Yeah,
like that.
something like that.
Yeah, that is something you can do in the future. You might want to convert it over to a water crystal first, but you could.
Do you not want nice chilled water?
No, I'm sure you can certainly use it for that right now. It's just not going to be as crafting efficient as it was if it was a water crystal.
No, Sideline, you
that's
see,
fine.
what we do is we just obtain water via condensation.
Yes, that's probably how you would do it.
Or
actually-
we use the cold crystal to make some ice, and we combine it with a fire crystal to melt it, and there you go.
Since we took care of Onion, has the water sources below turned back to normal?
They have become much cleaner, yes.
Are people actually using them?
Brave people. Some people are still holding off.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna say if
just-
people are largely back to using them, we could have just taken the crystal from the bath.
Oh, I mean, yeah, the crystal from the bath is getting a lot of use. It's empty almost every day now. But people are using water mostly for non-drinking purposes, for like washing dishes and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be an asshole and take the fucking water crystal if people are actually using
Yeah,
it.
you can't be a bit of an asshole for doing that.
But
at least for a little bit
that's
while longer.
ours. That was brought down for us.
No.
I mean, it was also brought down because they needed a water source down here of some kind.
Also sideline. What crystal?
What?
What's the
Oh,
crystal?
it's cold.
Oh, he just gave me a cold crystal.
Yeah.
I might just let's see. That's small. That's 5 silver. I might just grab us a bunch of water skins. How much is a backpack? I might actually buy a backpack for myself.
Pack is one silver.
1 silver.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Let's see. I need the calculator.
Yeah, they're nice. Basically, the first 2 bulk of an item put in there doesn't count as bulk.
Backpack, a water skin. Is it possible to buy rations?
They're a bit more expensive, But yes.
How much more expensive?
Well, let me look.
Okay.
I guess it's one of those things when you're only being given a certain amount of food per day, people don't want to sell you their food as a ration.
Double cost, because buying 4 silver pieces of rations is for a week. So people are
Okay.
so it's 8
Oh.
silver for a week.
Could I buy in smaller, smaller denominations?
Yes, you
than a
could.
week?
You could buy it
Okay.
in halves, but you could basically buy it for double cost.
Right,
I
so
don't
if
know.
I have it,
To feed our party for a day, we basically need a week's worth of rations.
I'm more just thinking like if we get stuck under there in a collapse, I don't want to have to immediately turn to eating one of us.
Plenty of meat on the dwarf.
It's true.
I'm about to say, you'd be this probably safe, J-Mac, because there's not a lot of meat on you.
Yay.
No. We want to go for log first.
Yeah, he's a bit chewy.
Yeah, but
Chewy, but
I mean, lizards can regrow their tails.
exactly.
They need to eat to do that.
They can. He
Yeah.
can eat. He can eat later.
Yeah, if it keeps us alive and going for a day, maybe we'll find a way out. If not, we'll eat the rest of them.
I mean,
Oh,
that's going a bit far, Torin, because the fact that like, to be honest, we don't need to eat that often. Food is not the important part. Water is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
also, you'd never actually catch luck, I don't think.
Probably not.
He has to sleep eventually.
Yeah, but he can
And-
sleep in a place where you can't get him.
Yeah, but we're very resourceful, and you've seen what Rose is like with her tools.
God, that's terrifying.
You go to bed, you go to sleep with all your arms, you wake up in the morning, 2 of them are gone. Don't know where they've gone, they're just gone.
He said it as if he has more
Easy come,
arms.
easy go.
There's a little placard next to you. I owe you.
I owe you 2 arms.
No.
It's become an Oozemorph. I'll buy 3 rations then.
Sure.
Rose,
Because
well, the thing is,
that's all
Rose
I can
can
afford.
become an Oozemore. That was one of the options she had.
Has a backpack.
All right. So what's your guys' plan?
Preferably heading down to the hole that isn't filled with water.
Oh,
Sure.
We could-
Any suggestions on what talisman to prepare for today? I believe there was climbing talisman.
Let's look at talisman.
You only have a certain amount of recipes.
I mean, for the climbing, I can
I
probably
have
help.
all the recipes.
I mean, I believe I can help the climbing situation because follow the expert.
Same with log.
You're expert athletics.
No, sadly. I'm only trained.
Yeah, I'm expert athletics, so I can follow the leader for people.
There
Okay,
you go.
so if people are interested, it's the monkey pin talisman, and it's when you activate it, use a climb action. If you succeed, you move full speed during the climb. If you critical fail, you get a normal fail instead. So it's not the greatest, but if people have preferences for other talismans, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just prepare a couple of potencies again.
My main issue is I have a -1 athletics, so I might need someone to carry me down.
A failure for athletics for climbing doesn't mean you fall. It just means you stay in place. So preventing a critical failure once would be very useful for baby.
Actually fall.
Actually, I suppose could people just fucking lower me down in the rope?
I don't see
that would-
why not.
Yeah, you could.
Depends on how far it is.
Depends on how far, because we might not have that much rope.
Maybe 50 feet.
Yeah, but if it's more than 50 feet.
I mean, we'll find out. But I mean, if you want to make the monkey paw talismans, I'm sure nobody would say no.
I'll make one for certain people who cannot climb, and I'll make one potency for myself.
Can I use shield to avoid falling damage?
Actually, there's no reason why you couldn't.
Whack.
You just land on your shield.
It's like I'm held an equidistant, or I'm held at a constant distance away from the shield, so when I hit the floor, the shield takes the damage first, then I hit the floor.
Yes.
Like some kind of weird glitchy video game mechanic.
All right. So, you all sort of approach the hole you found in the north part of the cavern. I'm not going to use a map for this because this is mostly visualization of the mind, and there's not really much going on until later. You approach the hole. There's not really many anchor points, but you kind of finagle something for the rope. And down the deep, dark hole, there's not much you can see or hear. What's the plan?
I could chuck a Brutus flame down there. And that will probably light it up for a quick second.
Or I could just, trot on over, let you know if there's anything over there.
Stodier, you look down the hole, can't really see the bottom. I mean, the main thing that catches your eye, though, is that this is not really a very smooth mine shaft. It's jagged and cracked, and occasionally you can see a bit of a non-active crystal sticking out of the wall, but they're still kind of pointy.
Hmm.
It's not an easy climb.
Alright, who's got a rope?
Oh, technically we have 100 feet of rope, because we bought an instance of rope and the climbing kit itself contains rope.
Cool. I'm just gonna go ahead and use that and climb on down, let you know if there's anything.
Okay, Stodier, make me an athletics check. Okay.
17.
Takes you a bit to wiggle your way down. It's a long way. Whew, at least you're going down. It's not as hard as going up. Got a few cases where you get a few crystals hooked on some of your clothing and you're able to pull free without tearing much. You're getting a bit closer to the bottom and you start hearing a little bit of water. You're making your way down. The walls come a little bit damp and eventually you're able to get to the bottom almost. There's a problem. You kind of press yourself to the side of the wall and look down below you as you notice something hit your foot. And there's a ring of spiked crystals looking like they were placed deliberately at the very bottom.
But we do have sufficient rope.
Yes, you do have a sufficient amount of rope. And just below that is a pool of water. It doesn't look very deep.
Hi, can y'all hear me?
No.
Hey, you guys can hear.
Alright. There are spikes. Someone doesn't want us down here.
Well, that's just great.
You want I should blow them up and get them out of the way?
Be careful. Something might be down there. You'll be on your own.
Careful you don't collapse the tunnel on top of you.
I'm not hearing a no.
Let us stand back first.
That's fair. Just give me a signal.
And we
Stands
all
back.
run away.
Ah!
Oh boy, my connection to the server's been interrupted.
Yeah.
It's not like you needed it.
There it goes. Alright, so the sideline.
Yes.
If I lower myself down carefully, could I prep some acids to eat away at these spikes?
So you're not going through the spikes, you're just going up to them.
Yeah, essentially, just close enough that I could strap acid flasks to them.
Yes, you could do so. Yeah. Make me an appropriate check for blasting.
There you go.
Yeah. Your days of mining, you've seen spikes galore. The earth has many pointy things in it. And you know how to deal with them. Given a lot of things. You actually one of the new things you were coming here to sell was actually like a bomb for clearing out things like this. Taking a little bit of inspiration. You ready some explosives. You pull the rope up so it doesn't get caught in it. You wiggle your way back up the rope a little bit. And it's ready to blow up if you want.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull myself up like a good, 20 feet and then let it do its job.
How many bombs are you using for us?
Just 2, because that's all the acid I actually had prepared.
Okay. And it's plenty enough. The crystals don't save versus the persistent acid damage, and in a few turns, it melts through, and the acid lands in the water with a bit of a sploosh, and some of the crystals break free and land in the water, clearing the way.
All right, it's safe ish. Just don't fall.
Yep, and you're able to work your way down and sploosh, sploosh. Put your feet in the water.
Yeah, I will follow the expert everyone down, so everyone basically counts as trained on their way down.
Just so I'm imagining this right, is it like the walls are spiky, or is it like?
Yeah, there's like a few crystals sticking out of the walls, pointing inward towards this little, very narrow tunnel. You actually have to keep your elbows in during this climb.
And then it's like it continues like to the side or something.
It goes about straight down. There's a bit of there's a slight slant to it, but mostly straight down. But then it sort of ends in a pool of water.
Okay.
So if you fell down it, you would tumble, hit every single wall down the way down, then land in a pool of water, probably face first.
Oh boy. Well, who wants to go next?
Log, do fine, go. Yeah, log, go.
All right. Log, you can make me an athletics check to climb your way down.
Doggy. Log. I'm already trained, so do I get a bonus for?
You do. You'll just get a flat +2 bonus from me though.
Okay, cool.
Yep, easy enough.
Log Trundle down.
Essentially, I make you count as expert, while I count everyone else count as trained.
Oh, cool.
I'll head down next, but I'll ask Sam to climb right above me.
Log, it's very dark.
Dark. Very dark. Log light. Oh yeah, Log have light, and he taps his collar for light.
And yeah, since this technically requires a visual effect, Kai will also turn his collar on, so you know that actually our little halfling can actually see on their way down.
Light vision, baby. I'm probably good.
Not if it's pitch black.
There's
I mean,
twinkles here and there, but mostly pitch black.
there's probably like light near the top at least.
Yes, there is light near the top.
Main thing is, Sam, stick close.
I'll try. So you make it as me counting as trained?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
You
that's
said
not
you're going
technically
first.
what the rules state, but effectively speaking, you got the bonus of trained. So
Cool. You said you're going before me, so try not to die.
And
I
at
mean-
least if Sam falls, he's got a nice squishy bottom.
I mean, I don't imagine it's going to be that high of a roll I need to do. So I've got assurance for a 17.
Yeah, that's well enough. It's easy climb. You've made worse climbs.
Yeah, I don't have to roll. So
Yeah.
Okay. Count as trained. I'm going to guidance myself. And here we. Oh, I'm also going to quickly cast shield in case I immediately eat shit at the beginning. Because, you know, it might happen. And then I'll go.
Sam,
Yeah.
it's really. Whew. You've done a lot of reading, a lot of brain workouts, not a bunch for upper arm. And keeping your elbows tucked in makes it a lot more difficult. Okay. I'm gonna ask you to make me another athletics check, but before that, make me a reflex save.
Okay, I can actually do reflex.
Okay. You feel a crystal tug on your clothes, and you have just enough strength to sort of wiggle your way out without getting jabbed by it. Make me another athletics check, though you're not making much progress.
Sam,
Trying my best. Fortunately, I lose guidance, so here's hoping I don't roll worse.
Oh god.
I'm going to use a hero
Good
point.
job.
Your point, okay.
I can't get much worse than a 5.
I'm
Oh,
so proud
save
of
that
you.
now.
Okay. You got this. You watched all the upper body workouts your sister did for adventuring. You got this. Maybe you can learn by proxy. Workout
this
by
point-
proxy.
Sam probably goes, okay, fuck this. If I have to hold on for much longer, I'm gonna fucking fall. And taking inspiration from using the hero point, he pulls out probably one of the pittons that was from the climbing kit, and just kind of, since this is sort of angled, just attempts to like slowly slide down the rope.
You're able to do so. You succeed. You're able to get to the bottom. You almost catch yourself on a few crystals on the way down, but you're able to do it well enough to the bottom where you land feet first in the water below with a little splash. Oh, you need to breathe. That was fucking hard.
Still haven't died.
You know how people say don't skip leg day? You skipped leg day and arm day and
Look, if this was something where I had to jump or do anything related to acrobatics, I could fucking do it.
acrobatics isn't jumping, that's athletics.
Okay, whatever the fuck acrobatics is used for, then squeezing.
Balance.
Yeah.
Squeeze.
Kree,
And Kree just grabs onto the rope and just fucking slides down the entire way, rocking back and forth. Somehow he manages to not hit himself on any of the walls the entire way down. He makes it look so easy.
I have a question.
yes?
Are we going down like roughly directly above the water?
No, there's a bit of an angle to the slope where it's at about a 5-degree angle, but it's deep enough that there's not a straight shot from the top to the bottom.
You can't just float it.
Yeah.
Technically not what I was asking.
But no, you
Are-
can't see the water from the top.
Okay. Okay. I'm not quite sure why we left Rhea alone to her devices for this,
You still have follow the leader bonuses.
which gives me a plus
You
2,
count
right?
you count as trained. In your case,
Oh.
you're untrained.
It's like that.
Okay. I'll just put myself on train real quick then. And roll
By the
this.
way, there is a map. You're in the top left.
I thought I was asking about the waters because we're on the map right now. And you have
And
our
the
token,
water's
on
only
the
like
water.
ankle. The water's only ankle deep right here.
Yes, but I walk on water as if they're solids.
Oh, you're right.
That was the point of me asking about it.
Well,
Because even if I
that's-
fell, then that'd be fine.
Well, no, it'd be like you hitting concrete because
It's
you
fine.
walk on the surface.
I'd also have bonuses just jumping down in that case, which is the other important part.
Right.
Point is 14 is on the board.
14. You can get to the bottom, but make your reflex save.
Is that including the plus 2?
Yes. Oh, wait.
Yeah. Well, the plus 2's built in because it's trained. So
Actually,
Yeah.
guidance.
Oh,
I
okay,
forget
yeah,
what's a
that's true.
ranged spell now.
That's true. I'm fine. Presumably, I'm submitting with a DC 15.
Yes, the DC is 15. You don't have to make me the reflex save.
Okay.
Okay. You're able to get to the bottom. You land without a sploosh like everyone else. And down here, it is extraordinarily dark. But
Very dark here.
behind you, you do see piles of very barely lit up crystal piled in mounds as if they were brought down here to be collected.
Do the mics just drop crystals down here?
It seems like it. A lot of these are just little fragments and shards and little bits. And in fact, yeah, you look down, and many of you are perceptive enough to see occasionally a pebble will move carrying a little fragment shard, no more than the size of a cut fingernail, and place it in a pile and then trundle off somewhere else.
What do you think? Should we just scoop it up?
I've got a pouch.
None of these are even small crystals, but if you would like, you can add about a gold worth of miscellaneous crystal dust,
Hey, all money is good money.
as these are actually rather large piles and mounds of what would be scrap crystal to everybody else, not worth their time, but in a large quantity like this, why not? You spend about 10 minutes scooping up dust into your bag, just to make sure you get an amount. Make me a perception check.
Oops.
I'm sorry, I had to step away for a minute. Did I miss anything?
Make me a perception check is what I said.
Okay.
Everyone, or?
Yeah, anyone who's not scooping up crystals.
Oh, I'd probably be scooping up.
Yeah, log grab shiny.
Kree wishes he was scooping up.
Everyone's a bit distracted with getting the crystals into the bag or looking at the walls, but Rhea, with your dark vision, you're able to look a little bit below the surface of the water, and you see something move down there. You think it's an eel of some kind?
Can I identify anything more about it?
You can roll me nature. Wow, okay. Yeah, that seems to be some kind of carnivorous eel. Sitting down here in the waters. But something doesn't quite seem right with it. One of the main reasons it caught your eye is that you saw a little bit of a flash of blue during one of its quick movements, and wow, these aren't. This doesn't look like an electric eel, but that was a little bit of electrical discharge.
Hmm.
And with a critical, you'll actually piece it together. If they're down in this cave, then there's probably not much to eat, and they'd be really attracted to anything with blood. You look up at the melted crystals above you. That's what that was. The crystals weren't made to harm anybody. It was meant to do a little nick of blood, and if they were in the water, it would attract the eels.
Rhea will, of course, relay that information to everyone else, so they're now aware of these eels in the water
Okay.
and
so
potential
knock it out.
danger. More or less. It'd be like shark scent, I guess would be the best way to put about it.
Yeah, they're normally solitary predators, but if things are hard, it's not impossible that they would work together to bring down bigger game.
Do you think we'll bother us since we haven't actually spilt any blood yet?
I don't think so.
Yes.
I'm guessing they probably will leave us alone.
Yeah, you can pretty much say for sure. If there's not a guaranteed chance like a wounded animal's been added to the water, they won't risk it.
Okay.
If anyone has any cuts or anything, make sure we don't touch the water.
All right. If you would like, you can move your you are here thing.
Is Rhea actually like floating on top of the water?
No, not right
Not
now.
yet.
That was. I would have to sit there and cast enough focus spells,
It
which
was
is what I was asking.
it was only until someone paid attention to her.
She's not touching the ground. She's significantly buoyant, but doesn't seem like she notices.
Yeah, no matter what, she weighs up next to nothing. So
Yeah.
Do we want to set our exploration activities then?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Time to get the
In
page.
dark. Log scout.
You can scout.
Log is scouting.
I don't know because I normally scout.
Do I want to detect magic? It hasn't really gotten me much before. I guess I'll do it anyway, just in case. And you could, well, I guess you're not really a stealthy character. You could, I don't know, investigate?
I could search for where the hell the list of what was available was.
Oh, here.
Quickly figure that out. Put it in the chat. I need to go to use the restroom.
Now's a good time. What's everyone else potentially think of doing?
Hmm.
Oh, technically, if you also scout, we'll get another +1 to initiative checks.
Oh,
Yep,
If you
well,
wanted to.
They stack.
there's my backup then.
And if it stacks, there's a high chance I might just do that with Kai, because I don't have any investigation to do down here yet. And that's what I'm usually doing, is investigation of some kind.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot that I can do with investigating why.
Oh, if you
I
start
have
doing
no
that,
knowledge skills or knowledge equivalents.
I'm probably also investigating, considering these eels are weird and below us.
fair enough. I'm probably gonna search then, because there might be other dangers down here.
Yeah.
Could always search as well, I guess. Could be things to
If you don't
find.
want to scout.
I mean, someone set up a trap coming down here, so they might have hidden things down here.
Either that or this is just some kind of weird ecological niche for the eels.
Yeah, but a weird ecological niche that relies on people cutting themselves on the way down in a hidden hole.
Weirder things have happened. Also, it doesn't technically have to exist all the time, just long enough for eels like this to pop up. Can't really
What's my
track.
perception? +8. I might just scout. No, not scout. I might search for stuff.
Okay. Damn it, Steam. Move away. Torin, are you here?
Yeah.
What still do you think of doing? So I can write it down the list.
That's a good question, because I normally just use investigate, because when you're dealing with crystals and such. Which I suppose if Ray is investigating things in the water, I can investigate things in the walls.
Yeah.
So we have Rhea investigating, Stoldir investigating, Kai scouting, Kree searching. You know, I'll stick with detect magic, and Log scouting.
Let me quickly look. What kind of bonus is Scout?
Scout's a
Uh,
+1 to initiative.
Plus
It
1
says
circumstance
circumstance
bonus.
bonus.
Circumstance bonuses do not stack.
Oh,
But
then-
Scout, hold on, where did Scout go?
No. For each creature in party, nope. Nope, it's just
Oh, what the fuck was I
everyone
looking
gets
at
that
then?
one circumstance.
What was I looking at then? So, I suppose this Log or Kai want to do something different.
Log?
Uh-huh. Oh, right. No, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to track my prey,
Okay.
as I have hunt prey going on.
The Mind and Crystal.
Yeah. Need to remember that and not be Log.
Alright, everyone make their appropriate rolls.
Prey. +2 perception to seek.
Yeah, Kree's actually seeing things now.
Yeah. It's dark down here. But Kree, your eyes took this fucking long to adapt. Slowly tapping into your possum ancestry of being a nocturnal creature.
I'm just gonna sit back because I don't need to do anything.
Yeah, that's partly why I always scouted. No pressure, just, let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, detect magic hasn't really gotten me much, so I think that's everyone who needs to roll who has rolled.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
I think Ray needs to roll nature for.
She did. Yeah.
My
So
thing just hadn't updated.
So start moving. Moving short increments so I can say stop if I need to. Who wants to move the you are here thing?
Well, Kai is our scout.
True.
I scout.
You.
Yeah. Moving along. You notice the water does get a bit deeper up ahead. But it doesn't seem like it would get over your heads, and there's still a pocket of air above you.
Oh, that's rich for you to say for everyone else.
Oh, yeah, you're up to your about halfway down that corridor, and to the corridor you see in front of you, you're gonna be up to your neck.
You're a small part.
Kree
You
just
climb on
sighs.
Log.
I was going to say Kree just sighs, picks him up, sticks him on his shoulders.
Protect
Actually,
the
that's
baby.
a good idea.
Am I in a
Log-
fucking custody battle?
Log is actually somewhat swimming just because of the he's tracking. So
Log's somewhat swimming and Kree is stronger.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes, also true.
Protect the baby, the small baby.
Only on Log. I
It's,
just think it's more fun to be sitting in the swimming creature.
Oh,
but
to be fair, with Log, you can just sit on his back.
it's
A little
drier.
raft.
I mean,
Yeah.
a person is like, what, 4 bulk?
And baby.
Halflings are 3 bulk. Medium creatures are 6 bulk.
So in a halfling case, as long as you don't have a negative modifier, you should be able to carry him
Yeah,
without going
about
into encumbered.
About everybody can punt a halfling.
Please note, of course, you also have to punt the halfling's equipment, which right now, luckily, is nothing.
I'm carrying a bunch of light shit, basically. Yeah, I want to go on Log so I can be dry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
The baby
Fine.
it'll
raft.
be very dry, but
Fine, I pick you up and put you on Log's
So call me a
back.
fucking baby. I swear to God.
Log, activate motorboat rough mode. Hmm.
do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
At least my encumbered is 4, so I imagine you're not being encumbered by me being on you.
Log is fine. He's barely carrying anything already, so he's got more than enough.
I'm capable of
is
playing my banjo.
7.
But you may continue moving.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
The water down here is pretty nice. It seems relatively clean, actually. And a lot of the eels, you can actually see a little bit of plant life. Most notably collecting around small crystals that have a passive glow to them, like artificial sunlight. But you're still good. Occasionally an eel swims by you, and it's a bit disgusting. But
Always turn left.
the passage gets a bit narrower up ahead. and Stodier, you're looking at the walls, you're able to start noticing little inclusions of evidence of things earth gliding through.
Hmm. Definitely gonna be pointing that out.
Kree, additionally, the number of those little mite things, little living rocks that cover the ground, are also getting a little bit more numerous the more you move this way.
Does it look like they might be like heading in the same direction of us, or just sort of moving back and forth?
Kind of in the same direction. It's hard to tell. It looks like they're almost like ants in how they move. Like these little trails and pathways, some of them going backwards, some going forwards when they have things.
Oh, none of us have identified these yet, have we?
Nope.
Can we do that now?
Sure.
What would that be?
Let me quickly look. Nature or Arcana?
Is this just one roll for the lot of us, or can each of us roll?
Probably should have asked that first. My bad.
You can get an Arcana, but one for each skill, I guess.
At least we rolled the good nature.
Think I'm a
There's a
hippie.
problem. I will roll the nature over Arcana.
Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah, Sam, you don't really know what these things are. You've seen them before. Never really bothered to actually question it.
Then crit failure is not letting me get my dubious knowledge.
Yeah. Rhea, you've identified these as little creatures called cobble mites. They're little creatures that feed on mineral-rich stones. They're one of the few actually living creatures that hail from the plane of Earth. Actually, in fact, being meaty creatures that happen to just be in a layer of calcified material, looking like pebbles. Most of the time they're just very, very passive, just chilling out. Well, actually, a lot of cities do have them, making up a large portion of roads, just from various cliff faces that are saturated with earth elemental energies, just bringing down various gravel and just coating the roads with it, and just scooping up a few cobble mites, and then they just don't care. Um, Biggs, could you get that?
We hadn't.
We had a doorbell ring.
Fresh.
That was ours.
Okay, we'll go check.
Thank you. They're relatively harmless, but they are a little bit prone to spooking. Notably during thunderstorms or other cases with large explosions, they tend to freak out. They tend to see, they don't have any eyes or ears per se, but they sense the world of vibrations, so explosions tend to freak them out. But for these, it's actually a bit weird. They're exhibiting aspects like ants, and they're not normally known for that. So they're a bit weird. You can't really tell why, though.
Hmm.
However,
Interesting.
Sam, I'm not using your Arcana. Groovy. Sweet. Care package. Yay. Candy. More. I want so much candy. What the fuck?
Candy
Okay.
down at the caves.
Give it to me!
Okay.
Send it to
Can't-
me!
I can't push it. I can't push candy through a keyboard.
You can post it.
Are you telling us you have not invented the USB teleporter?
No.
What kind of engineer are you? Get on with that.
Oh shit! I just need time. Sam. However,
Oui.
with you using the detect magic activity and enough of these mites being pointed out to you, and also collecting, you start noticing a very faint magical aura to some of them, but only really gets noticeable when they're in a large pile.
Do these things form those boulders that we saw above?
Yeah, maybe. They kind of look similar.
Oh, and also because despite them being aberrations, they're a widely accepted natural aberration where they're part of an ecosystem, but they're really just not like anything else. So they don't harm ecosystems, they're just chilling.
Whack.
But you can continue if you would like, or if there's anything else you would like to investigate about these little mite things.
No.
I think we're probably done with them, so.
Yeah. I never been. And there's light this away.
To your I suppose your left, um, this area here seems partially collapsed. There are ways through, and you notice some of the mites crawling over the top, but it would be a bit of a squeeze or time. All right, in front of you, Stodier, you really recognize those crystals in front of you as some form of crystal being used in a way for purification, as one side of the crystal barrier that's been built is this sludgy, disgusting, mucousy water that, as it flows through that little dam of crystals that put off a very bright white light, it comes out relatively clean. It seems like someone assembled this to hold something back, whatever the
Uh,
sludge is. But it's a barrier that's easily vaulted. It's not. Also, additionally, as you approach this side, it gets much shallower very quickly as it sort of slopes upwards, and and sort of has this little waterfall effect as water seeps through the purification dam, essentially.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and not screw with that in case that would fuck with the water supply.
Okay.
Did Kai tell us that he learned that there is more of a strange aberration-y thingies down here?
Would have mentioned that.
There's maybe more beyond this way. Do we want to deal with them?
We might not get a choice.
Fair. I mean, we could try squeezing back for that collapsed area.
I will be noted that mites are not going this way.
What's that?
The mites are not going this way. They seem to avoid it.
Hmm.
Hell, what this goop is?
Chances are, if they're not coming this way, there's no like decent crystals this way, because they're what they're going after, or at least there's more good crystals the other way.
Potentially, those might also lead us back to the cultists if they're involved.
No, we can investigate the goop chambers, or we can find another way with more mites.
I'd rather avoid the goop chambers.
If you wanted to identify the goo, like someone said, I don't remember who, you would have to get a little bit closer.
Sounds like it says that the majority of the group though just wants to GTFO the area.
Sure.
And Sam's just personally not for it, considering his last experience with goo.
What do you mean? What about that was bad? You made a new friend.
Even beyond the filth fever?
The powers of friendship really are overcome diseases.
Besides, the filth fever was just a gift he was giving you.
Yeah. Sharing is caring.
Do we want to head this way, or do we want to try going back the way that we came?
There's a path back though.
Might as well explore all of our options.
I don't mind. I'm fine trying to wiggle through there, or I'm fine going back. Either way, I'm going to be stinking of water.
Kree is starting to smell like a bit like a wet dog.
And before anyone says, no, it's not an improvement.
Of course not.
What do you mean? Kree keeps himself very clean.
He does. Possums are actually quite clean creatures.
They just eat disgusting things.
Exactly. As long as you're not sticking your face in their gob, it's all fine.
So yeah, are we going up or are we going right?
That would be up to Captain Driver.
Okay, I was waiting to see if anyone else in the group actually had an opinion. But
We don't really know enough about
I
them
don't
here
know.
to have an opinion.
I'm generally a fan of team always go left, and the leftmost would be up, I guess.
you say that, Rose?
I kind of have no opinion on it when it comes to exploration, so I tend to go with the majority rules.
We'll go with the less collapsed area then. I'll try to. So it's the edge of the map, so I don't know how much we can actually do here.
That way, it gets deeper. Significantly deeper. To the point where none of you can stand and there's no really air pocket above you. But that does seem to be a point where the spring is coming and filling this area. So there's a bit of a water current pushing out of that. Whether via natural aquifer or something else, you're not sure. To go that way, you're going to need to hold your breath and put a lot of effort in. But you could do some exploration out there and you might find something.
Log
Log, you got this?
got this.
Okay. How long can... Essentially, that way is a bit of a skill challenge. you can go it that way, and you can get somewhere if there is something on the other side. But you're gonna have to explore because you quickly realize that it is a bit of a labyrinth of little water passageways. It's like cave diving, but worse because you don't have a scuba tank.
Log's fine. Log can hold his breath for a very, very, very long time.
Okay.
Let me pull up the feet so that I know exactly how long again.
I think it's in like 10 minutes, right?
It's pretty long. He's breath control makes him be able to hold it 25 times longer. And yeah, I think it was like 1,500 rounds in total. I need to look up the rules again for holding your breath. It's like, what? No, I want to find suffocation.
You can hold your breath for a number of rounds equal
Yeah.
to 5 plus your con modifier.
Yeah, which
What the
for
fuck?
log is
I
6
fucking hold
rounds times 25.
Oh,
only
okay.
150.
That's 150, not 1,500.
Okay, so still 156-second rounds.
So 2.5 minutes.
No.
That's 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15
Oh, right, I
minutes.
divide by 16, no 6.
I'm not going to for 15 minutes straight.
Yeah, log will be fine.
All right, Log. Do you want to go take a look?
Yep.
My first ask is athletics, as you must first be able to swim against the current, as it gets some of the narrow points get a little bit more arduous.
Log fine.
Log's a powerful swimmer, as he said. The grandfather, alligator.